Hey Sagittarius, thanks for visiting. As I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to, only if you would like to, I don't mind at all. I'm going to start your reading right now, get this out for you as quickly as I can for lovely Sagittarius people. So, the first card you have for your past, oh, I had a hiccup, I'm sorry, is the Ten of Pentacles. So, yeah, I'm seeing one major problem in this. I'm seeing one thing in this card and then a lot of different kind of elements around that, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing I'm seeing a few things. I'm seeing a loss of communication, and this was between you and a love connection, I think it was, because I'm seeing I'm seeing a physical distance between you, and I'm also seeing a disconnect as well. So two different kind of things, but there are other kind of problems in this as well. It's like you were trying to communicate, but it just wasn't really working properly. That's what I'm seeing. Because if you look at the couple in this card, they look as if they're kind of talking, but then they're about to kind of walk in opposite directions. It looks like they're just not even a couple. I mean, they might be a couple, but it looks like they're kind of people that are kind of walking past each other in the street, and then they say, oh, hi, how are you? And they walk past. That kind of thing. So not really communicating. It's like they did communicate, they said something, but they're not really communicating. And so, yeah, that's what I'm seeing was happening with you and your partner. I think it was your partner. And I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I'm seeing that one of you was a little bit, you had very different personalities as well. It was like one of you was a bit easygoing, a bit casual, a bit laid back for the other person. So that's another obstacle again. So that's what I mean by all these different kind of elements leading to one big problem. That's another one I was seeing in your way, kind of blocking you from communicating, or blocking you from getting closer to each other. And I'm also seeing there might even be, or there might have been, some kind of physical distance between you as well. It might have been some kind of, you might have been in a long distance relationship maybe, or it could have been that you're both just so busy that you couldn't actually see each other very often. It might have been, that work was getting in the way, because if you look at this card again, there are coins all over this card, but they're covering the scene, and it's like the coins are like creating a barrier between us, the person looking at the card, and everyone else on this card in the scene. So it could be that work, money, all of that kind of thing might have been a barrier between you actually physically getting close to one another. And there's another thing again, and I think this might be the biggest kind of barrier here that you had between you. And I really hate to say this, but I'll tell you what I'm seeing. I don't think this person in this relationship was able to give you the same kind of feeling that maybe someone else had given you. I'm seeing something was missing between you, and that might be why one of you, probably you, was a bit casual and not seeing this as seriously as you should be. Now, I think maybe you wanted this to be serious, but I think maybe deep down you realized it could never really be. You had some quite kind of fundamental problems in your communication and all kinds of different problems, and that was why you kind of didn't treat it seriously on the surface, if that makes sense. And I think this ex, or whoever this was that gave you that feeling, I think when you're with that person, they were someone who you wanted to build with. They were someone who you thought you would have a future with at the time. And I think you were kind of realizing the difference between the two, that, when you're with this person in the past, you kind of felt that way about them, but, and obviously that didn't work, but now that you're with this other person, you're looking at the difference, and you're seeing, or you were seeing that there was a big difference between you and them, and you and your kind of ex. So yeah, a lot of problems I'm seeing in this kind of relationship here. And the next card you have, your past, is the Knight of Cups. So yeah, I think you wanted this to work. You really wanted this to work, and you really wanted to feel things for this person. You wanted it to be what it actually wasn't. You wanted to feel more than you actually were able to, more than you could. And I think you're both trying actually, but you just couldn't quite get yourself there. And I think sometimes that's just how it is. You can't force feelings. I keep on getting this feeling that this whole relationship might be in the shadow of another relationship, another person, if that makes sense. Not that this ex was physically hanging around anything. They weren't calling you, they weren't around the person, they weren't doing anything like that. But it might be that they were a shadow over you, over your emotions, and over you psychologically, I'm trying to say. So that was stopping this whole thing from kind of working properly. Because if you look at this knight, he loves the idea of love. He's the most romantic knight of all. He wants to be in love. He really does. He loves the idea of it. And he wants everything that comes with it as well. He wants the full relationship, but he's a little bit afraid of it. So he's stopped at this river. He's not ready to cross over to the other side. Something's missing. Something's stopping him from crossing over. So if this all resonates with you, I'm not sure if you're still around this person or with them or not. You might still be with this person, but I'm sorry to say this, but I don't see this growing very much. I don't see this growing into something long term. There is, even on this card, if you look at this card, there's new growth on the other side of the river, on top of this mountain. But just, you can see that tiny little bit of growth, like a tree or something like that, just under where the horse's head is. So, yeah, but the growth is on the other side. The growth is on the other side, and the knight is not going over to the other side. He's stopped. So he's not going over to where the growth is. So I don't mean to be negative, but there isn't going to be growth, I don't think, in this relationship that you're in now. That's what I'm seeing. I'm really sorry to say that. The last card you have for your past is the Five of Swords. So yeah, obviously there's a sneaky person or a bad person trying to kind of grab everyone else's swords and make everyone upset. And I think this situation I'm seeing in this card might have actually been in your last reading, or it's similar to something I saw in your last reading. I think this is someone who was trying to cause problems for either your partner or for you or for both of you. And this is someone who might be, or they might have been, an ex of your partner. And I think this was someone who wanted to win. I think they just wanted to win. They wanted to win. They didn't care how they were going to win. And winning for them was making this person, your partner, or you, or both of you, miserable, basically, which is a pretty horrible way to be. But this came from a place of hurt, I think. All kind of behavior like that always, well, usually comes from a place of hurt, unless they're a kind of a totally evil person. So, and obviously they're an ex, and they might still have been upset or whatever. So I think they're doing all sorts of kinds of things to kind of bother them and all things like that. And I think it was unjustified, because I don't think you'd done anything to this person. I don't think they had either. They were just an ex of theirs. I don't think they cheated on them. I don't think they did anything bad to them. I think they were just upset, missing them, angry, going through all sorts of things, and they decided they'd get some kind of misguided revenge or something like that. And I think you might have just decided not to react to them, which was very wise of you. The two men on this card are just walking away from the man who's trying to so-called win at all costs, and he looks a bit smug. He looks as if he's won. He looks like he's grabbed their swords, but he's going to be by himself, because they're all walking off away from him. So this person who's doing all of this terrible behavior, sooner or later, if they keep up with this, they're going to be left alone. That's what I'm seeing, and it's going to be even worse for them. And I'm actually feeling a bit sorry for them. I'm sorry to say that to you, but I am, because they're coming from a place of hurt, and or they were at this time, and that's why they were doing that. And I know it was horrible to be on the receiving end of that, but that's where they were coming from. And if they keep it up, I hope they won't, because it's going to be even worse for them if they do. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Five of Pentacles. So yes, here we are. This is this person again trying to cause problems, and here we see this is the reason why they were trying to cause these problems. They were feeling really sad, they were feeling really left out, they were feeling like this person might have broken up with them and then got together with you, and they still had feelings for them, or they were angry or upset or whatever that was happening, and they still wanted to have some kind of misguided revenge. So again, you know, you didn't pay much attention to them, and you probably still won't. But I think this, again, you know, this drama and this attention seeking was coming from a place of hurt. That's what this card is all about. Hurt, feeling left out, in the cold, in the dark, miserable. So the boy with the crutches on this card has a bell around his neck. And he's obviously left out, he's in the snow, he's cold, he's miserable, but he wants to be heard. He's trying to call out. He wants people to see how hurt he is. And that's what this person was feeling. They were hurt, they wanted someone to know it. They wanted this person, this partner who you were with at the time, I don't know if you're still with them or not, they wanted to show them how hurt they were, and they were doing it in all the wrong ways. They really, really were. So yeah, they were just lashing out because of how they were feeling. And I think eventually they will move on from this. Eventually they'll move on. But I think you were actually you were really doing the right thing by not giving them a lot of attention, because I think if you gave them attention, they would probably have escalated it even more. The next card you have for your present is the Magician. So yeah, the Magician's obviously a fantastic card about manifesting whatever you want and all of that kind of thing. But I am seeing a little bit of stress around this card, and I think this is due to something you manifested in your past that you have now, and it's bringing you stress now, if that makes sense. I think this is about a job, and I think that you might be feeling quite stressed around your job at this time. I'm just seeing a time when you, a while ago, when you kind of wanted this job, started this job, manifested this job, all of that time, you got the job, and then you, things were a lot simpler for you at that time. So I think you knew this was a good opportunity for you. You were very happy, you were very excited to start this. And I think you knew there'd be challenges, of course, because there are in everything. There are challenges in everything you do. But I think there might be some new tasks at this time, or some aspects of this job that you might have just found out about, or they might have just been thrown at you in this job. Someone might have said, your boss or someone might have said, right now, from now on, you have to take over this person's work or this task. And it might be something that's completely not what you originally thought you had to do. So I think you might be feeling a bit pressured to do things that feel very stressful to you, and they might even feel wrong to you. You might feel, this isn't right for me to have to do this. I'm not seeing anything illegal, I'm not seeing anything like that you're being made to do, but these might be things that you might think are way outside of your original job description, and they probably are. But yes, again, this is manifestation. So you manifested this job at a time when you really, really needed it. And there was a lot of work, a lot of training involved that helped you to get to where you are now, at this place of kind of competence when you're used to your job, and now these things are being thrown at you. But don't be angry. This is what I'm seeing here, that when you manifested this job, you also manifested all of these challenges, and you didn't realize that's what you were doing. Because I'm seeing that at this time now, I hope this is going to make sense, you're trying to manifest something new for you now, a new thing for you. And these skills that you're going to learn when you're doing these things are going to help you in this new thing that you are manifesting for your future, if that makes sense. So it might not be nice to hear that now, that you manifested it and you have to do this and it's going to be good for you, like eating broccoli or something, but it really is true that it is good for you, and it's going to be good for you in your future. So yeah, I know this is probably really frustrating you now that you're trying to kind of battle this thing, but if this is resonating, I think you'll see where this has really helped you in the future. And I think probably in the second half of 2019, this is when this new thing is that you're going to manifest, and you're going to look back and you're going to realize why you had to go through all of this at this time, and you'll look back and you'll say, oh, I had to learn that, or I had to master that, or I had to even get my head around that, or I even had to learn how to adjust myself to things and be flexible, because I'm going to need that skill in the future with this new thing I'm manifesting. It could be anything around this. It might be the actual work, the skills in the actual work, or it might be the way that you deal with it, might teach you a lesson for your future. It could be anything around this. That's what I'm seeing. I really hope that makes sense for you. The last card you have, your present, is the King of Cups. So yeah, I'm still seeing this disconnect between you and this person in the Ten of Pentacles, your partner. And again, I don't mean this reading to be so negative. It's not all negative, but a lot of it is, especially around this relationship. But I have to tell you what I'm seeing. So yeah, there's still a disconnect between you, I'm seeing. So you probably are still with this person. And I think this is showing me that, yeah, you're either still together right now, or you're going through some kind of process of gradually disconnecting and disconnecting even more until eventually you will separate. That's what I'm seeing. And even though deep down I think you both know that things aren't right, they don't feel right, I think this person, this partner, might be resisting this. They might be resisting this separation that's kind of gradually happening. It's like they're hanging on, they don't want to make this change. And I am seeing someone who might be in a bit of a denial, actually. I don't think you are. You're still not happy with this, you're still kind of working yourself through this, but this person's still trying to hang on, I think, and they're not wanting to admit that to the way things really are, I'm trying to say. So if you look at this king, he's sitting on this slab of stone. His throne is on a big slab. You can't quite see it, I'll move it up so you can see. So he's on a slab, but underneath the slab is where all this water is. And water obviously is emotion, so he's trying to push down his emotions. He doesn't want to show his emotions to people. So I think that even though this person might not want to admit that all of these things are happening, they know this, they know things aren't working, but they're not ready to see it, they're not ready to recognize it, they're not ready to show it. They're kind of pushing all of this down under themselves, and they're kind of sitting on the top of this, if that makes sense. They're not showing their emotions. It's like deep down they're like thinking, well, I just really don't feel this, I think it's not working, I'm upset about this and that, but they're pushing all of that down and they're sitting on top of it saying, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine. So it's that kind of thing I'm getting from that card. The first card you have for your future is the Four of Swords. So yeah, I think you still have a lot to sort out in your head at this time, and you have all this whole relationship situation to sort out in your head. And I think to do that properly, to work out exactly what's happening, you might have to actually just take some time out from everything for a while. I think things are going to be going really well for you in terms of work and money and career, which is really fantastic, because I think you've had a lot of false starts, roadblocks around work and money in 2018, and even in the years before that. I think your money situation was kind of up and down. But your money situation is a lot more stable now, definitely, and it's going to keep on growing in 2019. I can see that. And this thing that you're trying to manifest in the Magician is probably something around money, and that's going to manifest, as I was seeing, in the second half of 2019 for you. And again, I'm seeing this kind of imbalance where you either have you either have a really stable work or career life and your love life isn't going very well, or it's kind of the other way around. Your love life's going well and then your career's not going very well. So I think trying to address this kind of imbalance is something you're going to have to look at. Definitely in the new year, you might actually have a mental block around not feeling that you deserve everything. You might feel that you don't deserve happiness in all areas of your life at the same time. This might just be in your subconscious. There might be something in your background that is kind of making you think that or feel that, and you might not even realize that you have this belief, but it might just be deep in there somewhere. But I think 2019 is going to be a year when you really start to think about these things properly. And to do this, you're going to have to be by yourself for a while, like the man on this card. You might have to meditate, or you might just have to get some time out to yourself and just think this through. If it is serious, you might have to go to counselling or something like that. But it's really up to you. You know how serious this is, and or whatever is happening with you. Just realise that I just want you to know that you can have happiness in every area of your life. You really, really can. It is doable. It is absolutely doable. And not only is it doable, but you deserve happiness in all areas of your life. The man on this card, or the statue on this card, is golden. He is golden. So, yeah, he's golden. And yeah, you're golden as well. You're golden. That's what I'm seeing. You're golden. You're deserving. You deserve everything. You're valuable. So you do deserve lots of good things happening to you at the same time. So try and overcome this feeling you have of not quite being deserving. And I think you are going to overcome this. I think you are going to work your way through this, because I think to get this thing that you want to manifest in the Magician card, you're going to have to overcome that to get this all to work for you. And if you have the Magician card, whatever you want to manifest will come to you. So I think you will get over this, and that's going to help you to get this manifestation that you want. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense. The last card you have for your future is the King of Swords. So yeah, I'm seeing freedom. I'm seeing freedom in this card. This is going to be freedom after a time of being alone. So you're going to be alone, like I'm seeing in the Four of Swords. You're going to work through this process. And yeah, what did I do? I forgot talking about the Seven of Wands. Did I forget to talk about the Seven of Wands? Yeah, this is what I'm seeing also in the Seven of Wands. Did I forget? I just got lost in my thoughts. I just got carried away in the moment, and I can't remember if I actually spoke about the Seven of Wands. But I will talk about it again. Yeah, it's about this battle in your head. And this is about, look at this man in this Seven of Wands, and he's battling faceless people. He's battling faceless people. That's what I'm seeing in that. I'm sorry that happened. I don't know how that happened. I think I was just in the moment, and I just looked at this butterfly in the King of Swords, and it was kind of standing out to me. Yeah, so this man's battling these faceless people. He's up on a hill, he's battling, he can't see who they are. And so what I'm seeing in this card is, this is a battle in your head. You're battling the thoughts and the feelings in your head. And that's what I was seeing in the Four of Swords, is that you're going to have to try to get some time on your own to work through this battle in your head of feeling unworthy, because you are worthy. And it is going to be a battle. It's not going to be easy. But again, I'm seeing in the Magician card that you will absolutely get through that, because you have the Magician. So I hope that made sense to you as well. I'm really, really sorry that happened. I don't know how that happened. So yeah, the last card you have for your future is the King of Swords. And yeah, again, here's this butterfly. This is why I was jumping across, because it was standing out to me, this butterfly, more than anything. This beautiful butterfly represents freedom. It flies away all around in the sky. It's beautiful and free, and it's above his head once again. So you're going to have to clear these things out of your head, do this battle that's inside your head, and then you'll become this free butterfly, and you'll be free to manifest this thing that you want. And when you think about butterflies, how do they become butterflies? They go into a dark cocoon. They go into a dark cocoon as a caterpillar. They have this period where they're in the dark, they're kind of brooding over everything, everything's happening, and then they come out free, like a beautiful butterfly. So that's what's going to happen to you. You're going into the Four of Swords, you're going to be kind of by yourself. You might have to get therapy, or you might have to kind of just sort this out through meditation, but by yourself in the dark, just like a caterpillar. And then you're going to have to go into your head and battle all of these things, your subconscious mind and all of that, to get yourself out of that. And what's inside your head, it's dark. You can't see that. So again, That's this caterpillar, and then you're going to emerge out of this when you've come through this great big kind of process, and you're going to be free. And when you're free, again, that's when you're going to manifest this. So I really hope this made sense to you. Once again, I'm sorry I skipped that card. I don't know why I did it. I think I do know why I did it, because that butterfly is really the key to all of that in your future, emerging from that and being free. So yeah, that's all what I'm seeing there. So Sagittarius, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone, but again, if you liked this reading, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching.